If you're only joining for Yoga Nidra, just make sure that you've loosened up your body a bit so that your body is ready to be still for an extended period of time. And as you prepare for Yoga Nidra, a lot of people find it helpful to put a rolled blanket or bolster or something underneath their knees to help support their low back and relaxing. And even if you feel warm, it's a good idea to cover your torso, your belly, because your body temperature will drop during the practice. So during this Yoga Nidra, we will move into a place that's on the razor's edge between consciousness and unconsciousness. It's really normal to move in and out of sleep and in and out of awareness during this practice. So know that you're doing it just right. So begin to imagine that you're just sort of grazing your awareness on the sounds that you're hearing. So you're not really focusing in on any particular sound or on the source of the sound, but you're just sort of gently noticing it as you move by. Noticing sounds large and small, loud and subtle. And then again, just sort of grazing your awareness in your internal world. So as if your fingertips just sort of bump by and notice, just kind of noticing the sensations that are present in your body. Gently noticing without lingering on your thoughts and your feelings. And then let your awareness settle for a moment on the sensation of your body on the ground. Really notice the surface that you're on and feel as if you're sinking down into it, like you're getting into a big, comfortable, king-size bed. Just let your body sink down into the ground and be held. Begin to feel your breath moving through your body, signaling to your body that it's time to relax and let go. Maybe with long, deep, slow inhales and exhales, or maybe with exhales out of the mouth with a sigh. And then letting this state of gentle awareness, see if it bumps up against an intention. If you just did yin with me, maybe it's that same intention, or maybe it's something different. What is it that's at the core of the desire of your heart right now? What do you most need or want? Then start to bring your awareness to your body while keeping your body still. So bring your awareness to your face and really notice the sensation of your brow and let your brow soften and the space between your eyebrows get soft. Imagine that your eyes are getting soft. Feel them get still and really settle down into the sockets. And feel your cheekbones. Notice the sensation of your lips. Feel them get soft. Feel your jawline soften. And then notice the sensation of your right ear. Feel the outer right ear, the inner right ear. And imagine you're feeling all the way into the center of your brain. Then feel the outer left ear, inner left ear, all the way to the center of your brain. And then feeling both ears at the same time, both ears. Feel now your whole face soft and relaxed. And then bringing your awareness to your right arm and becoming aware of the right fingers, palm, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder. Feel that whole right arm. Then right leg, right hip, thigh, kneecap, shin, ankle, toes, sole of the foot, whole right leg, whole right leg. Bring your awareness now to your left arm, left fingers, palm and back of the left hand, left wrist, left forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, whole left arm, whole left arm. Left leg now, left hip, thigh, kneecap, shin and calf, ankle, top of the foot, toes, bottom of the foot, whole left leg, whole leg. Be aware of your back. Imagine following the line of your spine. Feel your spine all the way up and then all the way back down. Observe the sensation of your belly. Notice it moving with the breath. Now bring your awareness once again to your whole right arm, then your whole left arm, then both arms at the same time. Whole right leg, whole left leg, both legs at the same time. Both legs and both arms now. Both legs and both arms. Both legs, both arms, and the whole head. Both legs, both arms, the whole head, the whole back. Both legs, both arms, the whole head, the whole back, the whole stomach. Now feel the whole left side of the body, left leg, left arm, left side of the face, left side of the torso. Whole left side. Now whole right side of the body, right arm, right leg, right side of the face, right side of the torso. Whole right side. Feel left side and right side of the body at the same time. Feel the whole body. Feel the whole body. Feel the whole body. Notice the sensation of the breath moving through the body. Notice the breath moving through the right nostril. Then notice it moving through the left nostril. Begin to count down from the number 12. Counting each breath as it moves through alternate nostrils. Think inhale, 12, right nostril. Exhale, 12, right nostril. Inhale, 11, left nostril. Exhale, 11, left nostril. And continue counting down. Alternating awareness, really noticing the sensation of the breath. Let your awareness of the breath go. Do a quick scan of the energy centers of your body. Imagine moving from the base of the spine to the sex organs, to the belly, to the heart, to the throat, to the space between the eyebrows, to the crown of the head. Pausing in each of those little areas and just noticing if any one of those areas needs extra breath or attention, imagining that area coming into balance with the areas around it so that there's a full rainbow of color: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, or white. Now remembering a time when you felt joyful. Connect with the sensation of joy in your body. Remembering a time that you felt sad. Connect with the sensation of sad in your body. And then back to joyful. Noticing that the sensations change, the observer does not. Now imagine that you are out on a playground, a big playground, and there's some children there that you know, that you're connected to in some way. And the children are beckoning you and inviting you to come play. So you run out onto the playground and you find yourself swinging on the monkey bars and swinging on the swing, feeling that cool chain in your hands, feeling the wind in your hair as you move back and forth. Feeling the way it feels as you jump out of the swing and onto the ground, noticing the feeling of your feet on the ground. And laughing and playing as you run around the playground, maybe playing tag, and climbing up on the playground equipment and sliding down, feeling that plastic or metal slide underneath you. Just laughing and playing and really embracing that childlike joy for a moment. Noticing the way that that feels. And then done playing, you thank your playmates and begin to make your way over to a grassy area with large trees. And you see one tree in particular that really catches your eye. Maybe it's your favorite kind of tree. You notice its branches, its scent, the way that it moves in the gentle breeze. And you notice that in the shade of this big tree, on the soft green grass, lies a giant quilt. And you know that it's your quilt. As you walk over to the quilt and begin to look at it and feel it and maybe sit down on it, you notice that it's comprised of all of these squares that represent different parts of your life, that represent your story. And you see squares of important people that you've had relationships with, people from your family, immediate and extended. And you start to see that there are other squares as well. There are squares of symbols or pictures that represent memories from your life. There are squares that represent feelings from your story. There's just all these squares that represent the story of your life. There's squares that represent how you feel about yourself currently and how you felt about yourself in the past. There's little squares that represent the thoughts that you think often. Maybe you see those words written or see a symbol representing them. And you see memory after memory, good and bad and neutral, on the squares of your quilt, all of them stitched together with little red thread. And you lie down on this quilt and you pick up the corners and wrap it all the way around you in this big burrito wrap. And as you wrap this quilt around you, you really feel your story, the weight of your story. You really notice the way that all of these memories and people and events and thoughts and feelings, the cumulative effect of them, the way that they feel in and on and around your body. Feel your story. This is your story. This is your story. And then unwrapping yourself from this quilt and glancing over to the side, you notice that there's a big bonfire you hadn't seen before. There's rocks all the way around the outside, and there's this crackling flame of red and yellow and white and orange. And you feel an invitation to put this quilt in the bonfire. Put the quilt in the bonfire. So you pick up this big quilt, gather it up in your arms, this story, your story. And you walk fearlessly with your head held high over to this big bonfire. And you know that this quilt is not you. Your story is not you. It is just a quilt. It is just a story. So you take this big quilt and toss it onto the big fire. And you watch, you see all of those little squares, those events, those memories, those people. You see the flames curl around it and turn them black and red, all of those embers, and melt them away. Until that whole quilt, that whole story is up in flames. And you find yourself dancing around in the smoke, dancing around this fire, watching your story burn. And then you stop and you look down at yourself and you ask yourself, what is left? If the story is gone, who am I? Who am I? And you let the answer of who am I bubble up from you spontaneously. Who am I? Keep asking over and over, who am I? Calling on any help that you may need to answer that question, who am I? And really feeling into who you are without your story, without the weight of your story. And you begin to feel this power, this creative life force energy, this power that is you. I am that. And you feel the radiance, the purity, the clarity of who you are. You feel the freedom, the lightness of who you are. And with this same lightness, having burned your story, you find yourself suddenly in a long hallway. And there's a series of doors. And as you approach a door, you see that it has a little peek hole, a little place where you put your eye up and you can see out like you would your front door. And as you walk up to the first door, you look through the little hole and you look into a scene from your life. Maybe a scene from a relationship. And you see yourself, almost like you're watching a little movie through this little hole. You see yourself interacting. And then you open the door, turning the handle, walking into this room. And where your story was, you take this powerful you, the I am, and you sit down in that space instead and notice the way that the space feels and looks through these eyes. And then leaving that room, going back into the hallway, coming upon another door, peeking in the door and seeing yourself again, maybe in a situation you were in today, maybe at work or in your family life, maybe the way that you were looking or talking or thinking about yourself in the mirror today. And just notice, observe through the door. And then walking in the door and instead moving that story aside and standing in that place as the you that you really are, free of the story, and noticing how or if that changes. What do you see, feel, hear, or notice? Then walking out of the hallway and back out into the park again. And imagining moving into a deep space inside of yourself. Deep, deep, deep into the recesses of yourself, into a vast, deep stillness. Move deeper and deeper and deeper. Spending a moment in this stillness. Then moving back out of the stillness and back into this park and noticing any spontaneous imagery, thoughts, or feelings that may come up that are just another part of your story that are releasing. Let them come up and then let them move out. Then letting all of that go. Finding yourself with both feet planted firmly on that grass, feeling the ground beneath you. Holding your arms out to the side and feeling this pulsating energy moving from the earth, moving all through your body and out the palms of your hands and out the top of your head, so that you become this radiant pillar of light, this powerful creator that is you and that is free. And this radiant, powerful you says to you, stop telling your story. Stop telling your story. You are so much more than your story. You are so much more than your story. And retaining that feeling. Retaining that feeling of power, of calm. You begin to notice once again the way that the ground underneath you feels. You begin to become aware of your breath and the gentle sound that your breath makes moving through your body. And counting down from 5, I'll ring a bell to signal the end of this session. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yoga Nidra is over. Begin moving your fingers and toes, your hands and feet. Stretch with deep inhale. Make your way onto one side for a moment. Just observing the way that you feel. Extending gratitude to yourself. Then slowly making your way to a seated position and placing your hands at your heart, letting your eyes be closed. A few deep breaths here. Inhaling with a closing Om. Om. Namaste. Thank you.